I did a poll probably about an hour or so ago on the community tab. But since you clicked on this video, just drop it down in the comments. You have an opportunity to get one or the other. We're talking about Dexter Lawrence from the New York Giants, or we're talking about a guy by the name of Matthew Stafford from the Los Angeles Rams that we're actually about to run into in about 48 hours or a little less than. We'll be over there stomping them, right? But like, I'm not making this video because I feel like any of this stuff is true. Any of these scenarios are going to play out. I don't think so. I really don't. You know what I mean? Like, if I had to pick one or the other as far as which one I think is more likely, I would say Matthew Stafford. Would I like the move? Hell no. No, I wouldn't. It would be the stupidest move, in my opinion, in Vikings history. Now, I know there's probably some moves we can name that were worse, but I'm going to tell you, I would be an angry Vikings fan. It's not about the fact that Matthew Stafford isn't a good quarterback. It's just about the fact that we are 5-1. All right. This team is playing pretty good football. At the end of the day, Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold. We have that conversation, right? But you don't mess up a locker room like that, right? Just when you 5-1, you're winning, and then you just bring in Matthew Stafford. I don't think Matthew Stafford right now, today, the way he's been playing. Did you watch last game that he played against the Raiders? Bro, Matthew Stafford is not, and I know, Vikings fans, we always got to say it. Well, he doesn't have the weapon. I'm not trying to hear it. We don't need to go after Matthew Stafford, but I got to talk about a guy named Jack Settleman. He said sources, and I want to know who the sources are. To be honest with you, I call cap. I call Big Caparee on this, but we'll read it. The Vikings and Rams are in serious trade talks for Matthew Stafford. Minnesota made a push to trade for Stafford in the offseason, but are now revisiting the idea that he can be the piece to help them win a Super Bowl this season. Now, well, I say one thing I'll agree with is I do believe that our team is in prime position to compete for a Super Bowl this season in 2024. I do agree with that. I believe that is the case. Do I believe Matthew Stafford is the last piece that would get us over the hump? No, I don't. You would be wasting money. You got to pay him. And the biggest issue with this whole thing is we drafted our quarterback during the 2024 draft. Like, we have our number 9. We don't want Matthew Stafford. I mentioned this in the video I did with Florio because he kind of threw this idea out there. And maybe that's what picked up, and because that is a popular Pro Football Talk, that is a popular channel, so maybe they picked it up, and now this guy here is just running with it. He has a check. He's so-called, I know everybody and their mama got a check now on X, so can't really use that, but I heard he works with some kind of sports writer and all this stuff. So listen, man, I'm really not trying to hear it. Now, when we talk about Dexter Lawrence, if you can give up, I would give up 2 first-round picks right now for a guy in Dexter Lawrence. You talking about Dexter Lawrence? He is a defensive tackle that has 9 sacks. I think he's actually number 1 in the league now after last week. I think he leads the league in sacks. As a DT, man, that is crazy, bro. That is Hall of Fame status if he can keep that up. You're right. We're talking Aaron Donald type of status, right? That's what we're saying. Now, if you can give up 2 first-round picks and the Giants are ready to rebuild, because the Giants, they're in misery right now. They can't win a football game. They have, and when we watch Dexter Lawrence and his press conferences and stuff, my boy doesn't care about the sacks. They asked him. Obviously, it's the politically correct thing to say. It's not about my individual stats. I want to win. I want to win football games. I get it. But the truth is, hey, look, man, the truth is the truth. If the team feels like they need to go into rebuild mode, Dexter Lawrence probably would be one of the first people they would shop due to the fact that they know they can get the most capital for. When you're a GM of an NFL football team, you think about it like, well, who can we ship right now? Well, Dexter Lawrence is really our only valuable asset. So if we ship him out, we can get 2 first-round picks. That would put us in position to go this year's draft and get our quarterback of the future if we feel like the guys in the draft this year. Because a lot of teams in the NFL, they don't have patience, man. It ain't about the 2-year, 3-year, 4-year. They're like, what guys are coming in 2025? Let's go ahead and accumulate some draft capital. And guess what? The word is that Kevin O'Connell, not really Kevin O'Connell, but Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah And, you know, it's collaboration. So I'm going to say Kevin O'Connell's involved, Brian Flores, everybody's involved. They're willing to throw it out there. They're willing to give up a first rounder, maybe multiple first rounders to make a difference on this football team, and a big trade's incoming. I mean, there's a lot of talk about the Vikings making a big move. We don't know what it is yet. And the trade deadline is creeping up. I think it's November 5th or something. So there's not a ton of time. Like, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen within the next 2 weeks. So let's just keep our eyes on. But what do you feel about these conversations? Matthew Stafford, it's a no for me. Dexter Lawrence, it's a yeah for me, but I don't think it's going to happen. But drop it down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer, who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gonna do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.